Before we get started, we ask that you please rise. Gentlemen, if you could remove your caps as we pay tribute to our country with the singing of our national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Mike Johnson, Keith Rodriguez bring the field to life, and the green is out. It's Mike Johnson with the lead. Brandon Burgoon, who's been really fast of late, moves to second. Keith Rodriguez now on the inside of Burgoon in turn 4. They battle for that second spot. Lance Elson running 4th. Brandon Waring moves to 5th in the B1. Doug Dodd in the 12 around the 2M of Chuck Medved. Your early leader is Mike Johnson with Brandon Burgoon second. Doug Dodd in the 12 trying to close in on Brandon Waring for 5th as they head into turn number 3. He's got run on the outside, and he'll make the pass coming off of turn number 4. Dodd up to 5th. He's got himself a fast car. He got bogged down on that first lap, but look at him go as he run down the 17 of Lance Elson into turn number 3. Johnson out in front. Burgoon is still second. Dodd gets too high, though, in turn 4, and he'll lose some ground to Lance Elson. We're halfway, 4 laps down and 4 to go. Elson dives to the inside, Dodd dives to the inside of Lance Elson for 4th into turn 3. Unable to make the pass in 4. It's still Elson 4th, Dodd 5th. Johnson leads Burgoon 2nd. Rodriguez running 3rd. Dodd goes back to the outside, and this time he'll swing by Lance Elson for position number 4. Less than 2 laps to go. Mike Johnson, your leader. Brandon Burgoon trying to run him down as they race into turn number 3. Chuck Medved about to be lapped in the 2M. White flag waving. Mike Johnson off of turn number 4, the Chem Oil. National City Bank 2J picks up the win. Brandon Burgoon 2nd. Keith Rodriguez 3rd. A closing Doug Dodd brings the 12 car home in 4th. Tim Gold. And making his late model debut in the number 5 car from Greensburg, Rick Megley. Green is out. Green is out, and Geisler into the lead from outside of row 1. Malik second, Lepro third, Lucan fourth. Kerry Gasser and Lou Bradish are next. Bradish to the outside of Kerry off at turn number 4. Geisler, your leader. Malik second. Kyle Lucan to the inside of Jimmy Lepro in that battle for third. It's still Lepro third, Lucan fourth, and Kerry Gasser, Lou Bradish, Rick Megley, and Tim Gold. Geisler into turn number 4, still in the fast lane with 4 laps to go. Bradish in the 99 trying to get by Kerry Gasser for 5th. That battle continues over in turn number 2. Race for third, still a good one between Jimmy Lepro and Cal Lucan. Lou Bradish now to the outside of Kerry Gasser off of turn 2 down the back straightaway, and he will make the pass for 5th. Tim Gold pitting in the 94. Lynn Geisler, your leader, coming for the white flag. One more time around. Geisler has been your leader from the drop of the green. Johnny Malik running second. Kyle Lucan continues to pressure Jim Lepro for third. Geisler gets the win. Lucan slides under Lepro. Malik will get second. Lepro tries to return the favor. It'll be Lepro third and Lucan fourth. Here we go into turn number 4. Green is out. Flinner from the pole jumps into the lead. Baker in the 0 moving quickly into second. Steffens is third. Then it's Appolito, Miley, Banal, and D'Antonio. John Flinner in front of Steve Baker into turn number 4. Steffens still third. Jared Miley to the inside of Rich Appolito. The battle for fourth. Mark Banal, the 1 now, right there with Jared Miley. Good battle for 4th, 5th, and 6th as they head down the back straightaway. Flinner continues to lead. Baker is second. Jared Miley ducks to the inside of Rich Appolito down the front chute into turn number 1. Baker with a run off at 2. He and Flinner close as they skate down the back chute into 3. Up into turn number 4. Baker again to the inside. It's Flinner still in front. Baker's second. This looks a lot like the battle these two had a few weeks back for the win. Jimmy Steffens third. Rich Appolito still fourth. Jared Miley 5th. Halfway, 4 laps to go. John Hodgkiss pitting in car 69. Hodgkiss pits in car 69. Jared Miley and Rich Appolito. Rich Appolito and Jared Miley continue to duel for 4th and 5th. Flinner by about 4 car lengths over Baker into turn number 3. Two laps to go, 2 to go. Miley with a run to the outside of Apollino here in turn 4, and he will make that pass for 4th. One more time around, John Flinner over Steve Baker. Jimmy Steffens by himself in 3rd, Miley 4th, Apollino 5th, and it's Benoit with the 1. Off of 4, your winner, John Flinner. Steve Baker 2nd. Jim Steffens 3rd. Jared Miley 4th. And the 77 car of Rich Apollino will finish 5th. Martinek and Sean Dumhoff in car number 1. Green waving. Chuck Kennedy from outside in the Austin's A1 entry. Your leader, Stush Sadowski 2nd, but he's got him ganging up on him as they enter turn 3. Junior Nolan, Dave Groves trying to make it 3 wide with Stush. Not giving him much time to shake the rust off. Here they come down the front chute. Stush, Nolan, Groves, and Tassine running into turn number 1. Good battle here. Not out in front, it's Chuck Kennedy showing the way. Junior Nolan and Stush Sadowski battle for 2nd with Dave Groves 4th, Wayne Tassine 5th, and it's Tom Martinek. Junior Nolan into 2nd solidly now. 2 laps in. Dave Groves slides up into 3rd in the T3. Groves gets a little high, close to the wall in the middle of 3 and 4. Chuck Kennedy, your leader over Junior Nolan, Dave Groves, Wayne Tassine now trying to take the 4th spot from Stush Sadowski down the back chute. Stush still 4th, Wayne is running 5th. Halfway. 4 down and 4 to go. They have caught up to your leader, folks. Junior Nolan and Dave Groves running down Chuck Kennedy here as we come to the finish. 2 laps to go, 2 to go. Kennedy has been in front from the drop. Junior Nolan and Dave Groves have caught up to him now. And they're all sliding off that 2nd turn down the back chute. Another 3-car battle behind them for 4th, 5th, and 6th. Nolan trying the low side of Kennedy one more time around the Monster Super Speedway. And Groves looks like he might have caught part of the wall with the right rear of that T3 car as he's ripped the spoiler loose. Kennedy gets high in 2, and here comes Junior Nolan again. Coming to the checkered flag, Chuck Kennedy trying to hold off Junior Nolan. Nolan comes to the inside in turn 4. Kennedy up high on the cushion. And it'll be the Austin's A1 car of Chuck Kennedy winning over Junior Nolan and Dave Groves. Wayne Tassine gets 4th. Stush Sadowski 5th. Then Tom Martinek. The Racing Bassiches are here tonight, and Chris Bassich in front. 71C. Bruce Drystad in 2nd. Jimmy Turley currently 3rd. The Midway Missile goes to his outside in turn 2. Daryl Charlier now into the 3rd spot. J.J. Bamich-Ryder in fifth. Frank McGill, Mike McKee, Jim Wagner, and Kevin Miller. Chris Bassett by half a straightaway were Bruce Drystad and Daryl Charlier, Jim Turley, J.J. Bamich-Ryder, Frank McGill as we come to the halfway mark. 4 laps down. Charlier has really turned up the heat on Drystad, and he'll slide to the inside of Bruce into turn number 1. Drystad still second, Charlier third. White flag this time, 1 more lap to go. Second side by side again in 3 and 4. Drystad still has the spot. Charlier wants it as they race into 1 more time. Turley fourth, Bamich-Ryder fifth. From Medina, Ohio, in the Blair-Bott Mechanical DFG Excavating 71C, Chris Bassett gets the win. Bruce Drystad, D&D Auto Service 18 second, Daryl Charlier third, Jim Turley fourth, then Bamich-Ryder, McGill, Miller, and McKee. PPMS.com. Find out all you need to know about the Pittsburgh weekend as the green waves. J.E. Stalter, who ended up upside down here last week on the front chute, is in front tonight. They are charging behind him down the back straightaway. Crowded bunch into turn number 3. Whoa, Kyle Lucon spins around. Everyone scatters to avoid him. Caution is out. Start. Green is out. J.E. Stalter blasts into the lead again. Vince LeBoon second. Look at Mike Bassett coming down the back chute in the 71M. Also Jack Young in the 67 looking awfully quick. Young comes flying on the outside in turn 4. He's got that hot rod into second. Bassett in the 71 alongside of LeBoon for third. Jacob Hawkins in the 13 trying to make it 3-car battle down the back chute into turn number 3. Mike Bassett now to third. Here comes Hawkins to the low side. He's got fourth, and now he'll challenge Bassett for third down the front stretch into turn number 1. And Jacob will slide up into the third spot. J.E. Stalter in front by a straightaway. The Martins Ferry Madman trying to make up from last week's disappointment. Hawkins is caught up to Young for second as they race off at turn 4. Young still second, Hawkins third. Jacob trying to squeeze between Young and the wall over in turn 2. Not enough room to make it work. He'll slide into 3 on the bottom. Stalter in front. Young still second, Hawkins third. Mike Bassett fourth, Vince LeBoon is fifth. Then it's Willoughby and Westover. Two laps to go, 2 to go. Jacob Hawkins continues to hound the 00 of Dave Willoughby, but he has not been able to pass him. Now he'll slide into 3 again. One more time around for Stalter. Young second, Hawkins third, Bassage fourth, Laboon runs fifth. Willoughby slips just a bit coming off of turn two. Hawkins has got some momentum as he charges into three again. J.E. Stalter gets the win. Jacob Hawkins has his nose in second right now, but coming off of four down the front chute, Willoughby will hold him off. Or excuse me, Young will hold him off. Rocker's Machine Shop, crate late models, no go, says starter Jeff Foro. The gang got started a little early that time. A little early. Got champ Dan Carolegas much better this time. Green is waving. Into turn one. Down low it's Shemp. Up high it's Carolegas. Danny the Greek has got the lead down the back chute. Shemp second. Eisminger is third. Bryant Hank fourth in the 28. Then the 5J of Daryl Dow. Into turn one. Neil Eisminger of the 84 sliding into second. Scotty Shemp tries to get that spot back as they race into turn number three. Wheel to wheel. Carolegas, your leader. Daryl Dow is fifth. Brian Hank now closing in on the 75 of Scott Shemp for third. Hank to the inside, Shemp to the outside as they battle for third down the back chute. Eisminger trying to track down the race leader Carolegas halfway. Tim Stefanik in the 65 off the pace. Headed for the pits. Stefanik in the 65 headed for the pits in turn four. For whatever reason, he didn't come in. Look out, look out. Off of turn number four. Green is out. Danny the Greek, still your leader. Eisminger second. Shemp and Hank together down the back chute. Shemp still third, Hank is fourth. 2 laps to go. Eisminger to the inside of Carolegas in turn four. 2 laps remaining. Here they come. 1 lap to go. In turn two, it's still Carolegas, Eisminger, Shemp, and Hank all running together as they come for the checkered flag. Second of three. First of 3 heats for the Brockers Machine Shop crate lates. Carolegas is going to win it. Eisminger second, Shemp third, Hank fourth, Tyler Dietz fifth. 15, Mark Moach Jr. 56 car is Dave McNabb. Ken Chernick in the C1, 00, Josh Holtgraver. The 1C is points leader Mike Pager Jr. and the 75 of Colton Flinner. Schernhofer in front. Andrew Loria trying to hold off Ken Chernick for second. Mark Moach Jr. is fourth. Mike Pager Jr. fifth. Schernhofer with a huge lead. Things are getting crowded. Chernick still second, Moats the third, Pager to fourth, and Holtgraver. Laurie ends up back in position 6. Schernhofer is way out in front. Pager rolls around Moats for third. White flag waving for Tommy Schernhofer. Ken Chernick still second. Mike Pager Jr. is charged to third from the back. Mark Moach Jr. in fourth. Pager trying to swing by Chernick on the outside for second, and he's just ahead of Ken now into turn number 3 as Schernhofer gets the win. Mike Pager Jr. will rally for second. Caution out, Colton Flinner up in turn 4 in the 75 car in the middle of 3 and 4. Earlier in the 12, Jeremy Kleemuck in the 22 and Jamie Beck in the 92. Final heat race for the Brockers Machine Shop. Great late models. We got caution on the Speedway on the back straightaway. Still way too early. Let's put the first row in the second row and the second row in the first row. Green is out. Much better start. Bo Galemba is your new pole sitter, but on the outside, Rocky Kugel will take the lead in the 7K RT, and that is not Dusty, but his dad, Dennis, in the Mighty Mouse 8. Galemba is second. Curry and Hoffman race for third. Curry to the inside of Galemba as they battle for second off of turn number 4. Brian Hoffman still fourth. Daryl Charlier fifth. Rocky Kugel is your leader. The Paper Services Outlaws Rock Band 7 in front. Rocky has really picked up the pace here the past few weeks. Could use a little luck. Bo Galemba still second. Dennis Curry a close third. The Midway Missile now. Daryl Charlier in the 12 moving to fourth. Dropping the 15H of Brian Hoffman to fifth. Halfway. Two laps to go now. The Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier tried to take third away from the 8 of Dennis Curry. One more time around for Calcutta, Ohio's Rocky Kugel. Bo Glemba still second, Curry third, Charlier fourth, and Brian Hoffman is fifth. Kugel, your winner. Second, Glemba, Curry third, Charlier fourth, Hoffman fifth. Last year, Eric Petrowski in the yellow 7. The white number 7 is Doug Smith. Doug Smith in the white 7. The 14J is Brandon Johnston, and Steve Pyrite in the 13. Steve Pyrite in the 13. Schwartzmiller is your leader. Robertson second, Robert Betts third, and then it's Craig Catellus in the 64. Eric Petrowski fifth. 7 car of Doug Smith. Lots of blue smoke as he drops to the back of the field. Schwartzmiller still in front of Robertson, Betts, and next is Catellus. No change. Out in front, the Schwartzmiller Ground Maintenance Denny's Restaurant Park West Supply Grand Prix of Bob Schwartzmiller, your leader. Caution is out for the 4th place car. Craig Catellus has done a loop-de-loop on the back chute in car 64, right by the gate there at the end of the back straightaway. The Pizza Hut Pittsburgher just 2 weeks away. Green is out. Bill Robertson got the upper hand on the restart. Green is out. We've got halfway, 4 down and 3 to go. Bill Robertson, who is second in the point standings to Jake the Snake Simmons in front. Bob Schwartzmiller, who's 4th in the points chase, is second now. 2 laps to the checkered flag. This is the final lap for this heat race. Sunoco Race Fuels Pure Stocks. Bill Robertson, if he can bring her to the checkered flag first, will pick up 5 points. Eric Petrowski trying to hold off Craig Catellus for 3rd. Robertson gets the Schwartzmiller 2nd. Petrowski 3rd. Craig Catellus 4th, and Robert Betts 5th. Green is out. Green out, Volpani leads, Slade second, Heim third. McManus, Kachuba, and Schneider next in line as they race into turn number 1. Russ Volpani, your leader. 2 laps down. Oh, Volpani, your leader, piles into the wall. Something breaks and kaboom into that first turn wall. He had a big lead just 2 laps into that 7-lap feature or heat race for the Sunoco Race Fuels Pure Stocks. Bobby Heim leads, Dave McManus second, and look at this race for third. Schneider on the inside, Kachuba above him now. Schneider third, Kachuba fourth. Dave Slade is fifth in the B4. Oh, your leader's up in smoke. Bobby Heim with a trail of smoke is off the pace. Out front is not where you want to be in this one. The 2 leaders now have one a wreck and one a blown motor, would appear, at least some sort of a mechanical problem. And Chris Schneider, who had a flat tire that was saved by the wreck of Ross Volpani, able to change that tire, is now in command. Kachuba is second, McManus third, Slade fourth, and Don Bowerly the 22 fifth. One to go. Chris Schneider out of Creighton here for the first time. Chris, in fact, just returned to Pure Stock Racing a few weeks back in this car. He is the winner. Kachuba second. McManus third. Dave Slade fourth. Don Bowerly is fifth. Super lates. Green is out. And now the caution is out. Well, Jeff's being tough on these starts tonight. Green is back out. Better start. Jake the Snake and Tim Fulmer lead the contingent into turn 1. Sunoco Race Fuels Pure Stocks. Camo Carbo in the 54 now third. Pat Hanley to 380 is fourth, and it's the 12 of Sean Thorne. Camo Carbo to the outside of Jake the Snake Simmons. Double zero, Tim Fulmer, your leader. Fulmer leads in the double zero. Then it's the 54 now. 68X Simmons third, 380 Hanley fourth, and the 12 of Sean Thorne. Two laps in. Camo Carbo trying to sneak to the outside of Timmy Fulmer. He has to think better of it. And he not backed out. That might have been one heck of a wreck. The Fulmer Motorsports Station Auto Parts Napa 00 in front of the 54, the Butler Stonecraft Advanced Auto Parts 54, and then it's the More Concrete Simmons Window Cleaning 68X. And a 380 auto auction, 380 of Pat Hanley. 3 more laps to go around the Monster Super Speedway. Sunoco Race Fuels Pure Stocks put on a good show here. Tim Fulmer, Wayne Camo Carbo, Jake the Snake Simmons, and Pat Hanley. Pat now to the inside of Jake the Snake, who close to the wall up there in 3 and 4. He'll drop back into the 4th spot. Carbo pulls right up on the back bumper of Fulmer as they head into 3. He's got momentum on the high side, trying to squeeze by Tim Fulmer with the white flag. Camo Carbo takes over the lead. And look at him go. Wayne Carbo down the back straightaway, coming to the checkered flag. Tim Fulmer second, Pat Hanley third, Jake Simmons fourth. That is the order. 5th will go to the 12 of Sean Thorne. Your winner, 54, Wayne Carbo. Check that. Yes, 6-lap heat race. Ryan Hutchko debuting, practicing for the Hutchko in the 60, practicing for the Joey Chitwood Thrill Show. Does a 360, keeps it going. Jeff Broniszewski is going to be docked for jumping on the start in the 21 car. So even though he's winning, he's really not. He'll be put back 2 spots at the end or the next caution, whichever comes first. Broniszewski out in front. Butch Lewandowski second, Jason Herniak third, then the 2 of Ed Weiser. Oh, Ed Weiser in the 0-2, holding on over there in turn 2. He's still 4th, but he lost a lot of ground, and now Davey Lee in the 76 is running him down. Halfway. Two laps to go. Davey Lee in the 76 moving around Ed Weiser for 4th, which will be 3rd unless the caution comes out before the checker. Broniszewski takes the white flag. Butch Lewandowski still 2nd, then Jason Herniak, Davey Lee, and Ed Weiser. And then 2nd is up for grabs here, which will be 1st. Broniszewski will get docked at the finish. It'll be Lewandowski over Herniak, Lee, Weiser, and Opachin. Tyler Carson and Justin Pons on the front row. Danny Hunkley, our young gun flagman, waves the green flag, and off they go. Tyler Carson, 16 years of age, grabs the lead from the pole. Justin Pons, who's the leading winner this year, is trying to move into second. And Danny White, who won last week and has got 2 wins now, is quickly to third in the 55. And it's the 5 of Tyler Atkinson, the 08 of Alec Broniszewski, the 28 of Brian Beyerbach, and the 14 of Hannah Ramsey. Justin Pons is your leader, 1 lap in, 7 to go. Steigerwald's number 4, not running. Some problems there. Doesn't sound like it's in the right gear. Ricky Steigerwald going to be sent into the pits. His pit crew wants him in the pits so they don't blow up that motor. He's not. He is turning some RPMs. Pons leads it. White second, Atkinson third. Then it's Carson, Broniszewski, Beyerbach, and Ramsey. Justin Pons trying to get win number 5 this season. Tyler Atkinson in the 5 trying to run down Danny White now for second as we come to the halfway mark. Two laps to go. These races have been pretty close the last few weeks, but tonight, not the case. Justin Pons marching on here with 1 lap remaining. Oh, into the wall. The 08 of Alec Broniszewski. Flattened the tire. What? That car made a sudden right turn and kaboom into the wall it went. So it's not over yet. The Taylor Auto Body, South Hills Car Store, Tomai's Towing Cavalier of Alec Broniszewski, giving the wall a pretty good lick. Justin Pons has been your leader from right off the bat, but now he's got Danny White alongside. The green is waving, and here we go. Pons continues to lead. White is second, Atkinson third. 28, Brian Beyerbach on the charge now. He moves inside of Tyler Atkinson. 1 lap to go. Off of turn 4. Justin Pons taking the young gun win. Danny White second, Tyler Atkinson third, Brian Beyerbach. Tyler Carson and Hannah Ramsey are next. Justin, were you worried at all with that late race restart?
Yeah, I was, because Dan's been fast, and was just hoping to get a good start, which I did.
There you come out, you get a win. Now you can get home. You won't be past your bedtime. You can go to school tomorrow.
Yep, that's what my dad was worried about, but I guess we won't be late.
You gonna brag when you get to school tomorrow?
No, I don't brag.
People you want to thank?
Pons Auto Body, Snap-on Racing Tools, Fran Pons from Northwood Realty, Motive Tools and Parts, and everyone who helps out with the car, and my brother and my uncle.
All right, folks, your winner for the 5th time, Justin Pons. Gold, 12 D'Antonio, 2M Medved, 69 Hotchkiss, and the 5 of Megley, and the green is out. Mike Johnson jumps into the lead. Second place is tight as they head off at turn 2 down the back straightaway. Flinner, Geisler, Burgoon with Baker right behind him into 3. Flinner slides into second. Burgoon to the inside of Geisler for third, coming off of 4. Lou Bradish with a problem in car 99. Bradish is pulled to the top of the racetrack in turn 1 in car 99. Caution on the Speedway. Caution on the Speedway. Here they come off at turn 4. The green is back out. Your Pizza Hut Super Late Model feature. Mike Johnson in front. Flinner second. Brandon Burgoon trying to sneak to the outside of Flinner. Runs out of room as your top 4 hit single file. Lepro trying to pass Geisler for 5th. Baker to the inside in 3. He'll move into 3rd. Flinner with some damage on the right rear quarter panel of his 48, running 2nd. Johnson still in front. Flinner trying to close the gap on race leader. Baker again to the low side in turn 4. Ducks under. Flinner the battle for 2nd. Baker just ahead of Flinner at the flag stand as they head into 1. He'll slide up into the spot in turn 2. Red is out. Red is out. Red is out, or yellow is out now. We had the red. I'm not sure what the red was about. Tim Gold of the 94 is the caution, I believe. 69 car has pitted. Drive shaft coming out of one of the cars. Mike Johnson brings the field to life off the bottom of turn 4. Baker, Flinner, Burgoon, Lepro, Dodd, Geisler storming into turn 1. Johnson in front, Baker down on the rail in 2nd. Flinner 3rd, Lepro to the outside of Burgoon trying to move to 4th, and here comes Doug Dodd joining the mix in car 12. Flinner back into 2nd around Baker in turn 3 and 4. Lepro 4th, Burgoon 5th, Dodd 6th, Geisler is 7th. Mikey J, your leader, Burgoon back into 4th. 5 laps in, 20 to go, 94 pitting. Tim Golden, car 94 is in the pits. Doug Dodd to the inside of Jim Lepro. Dodd in the 12 trying to move up a spot into the top 5. And Mark Benall, who started clear in the back of the 1. Mark Benall is on the move, folks. He's already into the top 10 in the red number 1. It's Johnson, Flinner, and Baker 1, 2, and 3. Burgoon 4th. Lepro in the 6th, close to the wall up in 1 and 2, and Geisler trying to track him down on the back chute for 6th. Baker on Flinner's tail for 2nd as they head into 1 and 2. Baker underneath Flinner in 1. Flinner wins the battle off at turn 2. Mike Johnson enjoying the battle behind him. He has opened up some daylight on John Flinner and Steve Baker. They try to track him back down now as Johnson starts to lap the field. Dodd is 5th, Geisler 6th, Lepro 7th, Banal is 8th, Jared Miley 9th, and Keith Rodriguez is 10th. 10 down and 15 to go. Into one. Baker again ducks under Flinner. Baker now to the inside of Flinner down the front straightaway. The race for second into turn number 1. Baker will slide up in front of Flinner with the second spot. Flinner almost got the wall. And now Brandon Burgoon closes on Flinner for third. Mike Johnson is your leader. We're almost to halfway. Baker second. Flinner third. Burgoon fourth. Jimmy Steffens with a problem in car 38. Off the pace in front of your leaders. Johnson just squeezes by on the back straightaway. Caution is out. Close call for race leader Mike Johnson. Jimmy Steffens was ducking to the inside of the racetrack with a problem in turn 2. Johnson just snuck by. Johnson goes, and here we all go. Baker going for the lead on the bottom side in turn 1. He will slide up in front of Johnson, who tries to slide him back on the back chute. The battle is on into 3 and 4. And it'll be Steve Baker, your new leader, coming off of 4. Halfway, 12 to go. Johnson close to the wall, brushing the wall in the middle of 1 and 2. Flinner moves to second. Doug Dodd is 4th now. Brandon Burgoon 5th. Brandon Burgoon 4th, Dodd 5th. Johnson has knocked the spoiler off. The caution is out up in turn number 3 and 4. That is the 38 car of Jim Steffens. 38 Jim Steffens, that's up there in the middle of 3 and 4. Here they come as they turn off at turn number 4, the green waves. We've got 11 laps to go. Jared Miley all the way up to 5th now, almost had 4th over there in turn 2. Mike Johnson out of the pits in the 2J. Geisler 4th, Jared Miley 5th into turn 1. Baker opens up a half a straightaway lead in the 0 car. Brandon Waring now off the pace. Brandon Waring up in turn 2, off the pace. The Bauer Machining Sealguard Water Sealing Solutions B1 coming to a stop up in turn number 2. 15 laps are down and 10 to go. And let's go. Jared Miley to 4th, trying to take 3rd away from Brandon Burgoon down the back straightaway. Keith Rodriguez is off the pace in car 29 over in turn 2. This has turned into he's trying to limp that car to the pits. Green stays out. Rodriguez going to stop the car, and now the caution is out. Caution out. Keith Rodriguez, and now he goes again. We've had too much of that tonight, guys purposely bringing out the caution and driving into the pits. Green waves again. Brandon Burgoon with a problem up on the outside of turn 2. Jared Miley ducks underneath as they battle down the back straightaway for 3rd into 3. Geisler and Dodd right there as well. That race for third, a good one coming off of Ford Steel Burgoon third. Miley fourth, and Geisler, Dodd, Benall, and Elson. Steve Baker and John Flinner remain first and second. And Mike Johnson in the 2J is back into the pits. Mark Benall now around Lance Elson for seventh. Side by side again for third. Brandon Burgoon and Jared Miley. Still Burgoon over Miley. Baker leads Flinner, and we've got 5 laps to go when they come by. 5 laps to go. Baker trying to make it a career best as far as wins in one season here at Pittsburgh. Last time he won 5 was 1996. He has never won 6 late model features in one season here at Dirt's Monster Super Speedway. It's a half a straightaway up on John Flinner. Burgoon, Miley, Geisler, Dodds. Dodd running in the 6th spot. But all 7th, Elson 8th, Lepro is 9th, and Kerry Gasser currently is 10th. Jared Wiley to the low side of Brandon Burgoon again for third. They've been going at it lap after lap. 2 former Cavalcade Western Pennsylvania Rookies of the Year. Two laps to the checkered flag, folks. 2 laps to go. Miley ahead of Burgoon in the middle of 1 and 2. Brandon still able to keep just ahead of Jared as they exit turn 2 down the back chute. Baker lapping, and Chuck Medved spins the car and he saves it, and we're still green. The 2M spinning out there, but keeps it going. The white is out. Off the pace is Lynn Geisler. Geisler has slowed in the Cochran Automotive car. Not sure what happened there. Checkered flag waving for the 6th time in 2008 for Steve Baker. Flinner 2nd, Burgoon 3rd, Jared Miley 4th. Doug Dodd in the 12 will finish 5th. 6th to Lance Elson. Mark Benall 7th, and Jimmy Lepro, Lynn Geisler, Kerry Gasser, John Molick. As he climbs out of the car for the 6th time in the winner's circle in 2008. How about a nice hand for Steve Baker? I was just talking with Brian Underwood. You know, you're unbeaten here on Sunday nights this year.
Well, maybe we can race every Sunday. That's fine with me, but you know, we're fortunate tonight to be able to get up there on the outside and let it roll. I really was getting a run off of turn 4, and that seems to be where I can make up a little bit of ground. And I spent the weekend at Eldora watching the best of the business doing slide jobs, so I thought I'd try a few myself.
Well, that worked. You got on the inside of Mike, and you really cleared him easily when you slid up. You got to have a lot of confidence in the race car when you make a move like that.
Well, when there's a little bit of cushion out there to catch you, it gives you a lot more confidence, just so there's something there to catch you besides the wall.
This is your best season ever here at Pittsburgh as far as feature wins in a late model. This is number 6. It was 96. You also had won 5.
Well, that's great. You know, just a tribute to these guys that work on this race car. You know, I do the easy part, get to show up here. Like today, I showed up about 5:45, got in and drove after being at Eldora all weekend. So, you know, it's just fun, and we're having fun. And you know, hopefully Louis had fun in the car last week. And actually, I got to thank Louis for doing that for me because we talked this week and, you know, about where he thought we was lacking a little bit. And it's something I thought, too. And we made a couple just small changes to the race car. Really helped a bunch.
People you want to thank. I know your sponsors have been good.
Well, of course, Bill and Michael Bland, again, they own the race car, give us everything we need to race with. But the guys that work on the car, you know, Dave, Harry, Billy, Jimmy, John, you know, and I've got some new guys that come around, and we were, like I said, they're just having fun. It's a thing they do at the garage on, you know, during the week at the house, just, you know, 15 minutes down the road. So, and that's what this game's supposed to be about, having a lot of fun, and we sure are right now. It's a whole lot more fun when you're winning.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Dow.
How about a nice ad, folks, for Steve Baker, the West Virginia Rim Rider, his 6th win of the season. Off of 4 we go. The green is out. .117 goes around. We got a heck of a wreck off the second turn with lots of cars involved. Jim Turley in the 117 is over there. We got the 9 of Clayton Kennedy. 17 J.E. Stalter. The A1 of Chuck Kennedy. The 13 of Brad Westover. The 74 of Stus Shadowski. The 74 of J.J. Bamit's rider, excuse me. The Mach 5 of Joel Johns. As we get back to the EMOD Summer Championship, the green is out. Mike Bassett into the lead. Jacob Hawkins in the 13 is second. Stus Sadowski, Daryl Charlier, Jack Young in the 67. All together there in turn 4 in that battle for 4th, 5th, 6th. And Wayne Tessine on the outside moves to 5th in the car 10. Problems on the front straightaway. Cal Lucon has turned around in the 8B. And the caution is out. Back to life. 14 laps to go. Oh, Stus Shadowski out of shape. Sneaking by is the 67 of Jack Young. Mike Bassett, your leader. Daryl Charlier now second. Then it's Tessine, Hawkins, and Dave Groves. Strong field of the Miley Truck Rental E-Mods here doing battle tonight. Oh, Hawkins gets a little loose off at 2. Tessine gets into him, and around he goes. Caution is out. Oh, at the end, we've got contact and a car flipping. Joel Johns in the Mach 5 flipping the car. Jacob Hawkins walking away from the scene. He got tapped coming off the second turn, went around. He had EMOD Summer Championship. Mike Bassett holding them in, and now the green drops. Bassett in front to Scene Motors to second. Daryl Charlier is third now. 67 car of Jack Young up to 4th. And then the T3 of Dave Groves is 5th. Bruce Drystad 6th, Kevin Miller 7th, Stus Shadowski 8th, Frank McGill 9th, and Sean Dumhoff is 10th. Mike Bassett, still your leader. Wayne Tessino closes in turn 2. He is now on Bassett's tail. Charlier still third, Young fourth, and Groves fifth. Groves in the T3 trying to charge under. Jack Young for fourth. Decine meantime on the outside, putting the pressure on the 71M of Mike Bassage. Decine are out right against the wall in turn 2, and now he loses some ground, and here comes Daryl Charlier in the 12. Charlier right on the tail of Decine now. Spin in turn 2, 74 JJ Bambitt's rider. Caution is out. Charlier, they'll be wheel to wheel with Mike Bassage just ahead as they come off at turn number 4. The green is out. Charlier actually shoving Bassage down the front straightaway. He'll move to second. Down low, Jack Young in the 67. Here comes Dave Groves in the T3. And on the outside, the Midway Missile's got the lead, but the 8B of Kyle Lucan spins, and he will try to keep it going, but now he doesn't. Caution is out. Green is out. 7 down and 8 to go. Bassage holds on to the lead this time. Charlier again drafting him down the front, shooting to turn 1. Everybody up on the wall. Decine third, Groves is fourth. Kevin Miller trying to work the low side, pressuring Jack Young for fourth, excuse me. And this time Frank McGill on the 29 spins the car, keeps it going. The green is out. Frank gets the star of the night. He gets a star on his forehead. 6 laps to go. The Midway Missile, your leader, and guess what? Kyle Lucan has just spun again. Kyle is done for the night. That is caution number 3 for the 8B. He is done for the night. Get the trifecta. 6 more laps. This is the summer championship. Oh, contact between the 71 and the 67. As they power slide into that first turn. Bassage now out of shape, going up across the racetrack. We got a head-on collision over turn number 2. Stush Sadowski in the 57, Mike Bassage in the 71M. That was a head-on collision. The other car player, the one of Sean Dumhoff. Bassage leading this race for the first 8 laps. Off we go again. Charlier to Decine and Groves into turn number 1. Groves will slide to the bottom. And now he moves up the banking into second. Charlier is your leader. Man, they are against the wall at 3 and 4. Decine and Jack Young knocking the thing down. Still got air in the tires. They're going straight. Dry stats now 4th. Kevin Miller, who started deep in the field, is up to 3rd in the 4M. Charlier still leads over Groves. Daryl Charlier. The Midway Missile, Daryl Charlier, trying to lap Sean Dumhoff. He has opened up some daylight with 2 laps to go. Dave Groves second. Kevin Miller third. Wayne Tassine fourth. And Jack Young is fifth. Bruce Drystad, Vince Laboon, Tom Martinek, Brad Westover, Frank McGill, and Dave Willoughby are next. White flag waving one more time around. For the Parker Auto Center, W. Beitler Trucking, W.J. Beitler Trucking, Napa McDonald, 12. This would be win number 3 in a row for the Midway Missile. And his 5th of the season in the Miley Truck Rental Image. The summer championship goes to Daryl Charlier. Dave Groves second. Wayne Tassine will take third from Kevin Miller on the final lap, and Jack Young is 5th. Well, last week you told me you never won 2 in a row, so I know tonight's the first time you've ever won 3 in a row in this car.
This is definitely a first.
A lot of good cars here tonight.
Oh, tons of good cars, especially the regular cars are always awesome here. And then if you throw the other good cars in here, there's a lot of top running cars in this class.
All right, now I saw your crate late models for sale, so what's the 2009 plans?
I don't know for sure. I think we're going to try to do some traveling in the modified. It needs some upgrades. Try to get back up with all these other guys, and we'll see what happens with the crate. I don't know. We might get a new one. Yeah, you never know.
You can't stay away. People you want to thank?
I definitely need to thank Parker Auto Center, Tri-State Motorsports, Totally Tropical Tanning, McDonald, Bergeston, Napa, Brian Signs and Decals, the Twister Ice Cream Shop, W.J. Beitler, and his crew and his family, and everybody that puts their dedication into this car.
I guess you get to start last next week.
Yeah, unfortunately I do.
Daryl Charlier, your winner in the Miley Truck Rental Image. Green is out. Dennis Curry from the pole has got the lead. We've got our first spin. It's car 8, Tommy Schernhofer. And a couple of other cars are involved as well. Green waves another time. Bo Glemba on the outside will shoot around Kenny Chernick for second, but waits. We've got the 22 on the front straightaway, so the caution is out again. Dennis Curry, your leader. Scott Shem second. Ken Chernick third. Mike Fager Jr. fourth. Bo Glemba is fifth. Rocky Kugel in the 7, challenging Glemba for fifth. Problems up here in turn 4. Car 75, Colton Flinner off the pace. He will cross the racetrack. The green stays out. He's got a flat tire. The right rear is flat in the 75. Brian Tank in car 25 now, challenging Rocky Kugel for fifth. Dennis Curry leads with 4 laps down. Into the wall goes the 84 of Neil Eisminger. Eisminger of the 84. Looked like something broke on the right front of the car. I don't know if the tire went flat or what, but it turned to the right. I think Neil was able to keep it off the wall. But problems on car 84 being driven tonight by Neil Eisminger. Green is out. Crowded off at 2. Curry in front, Shep second, Pager now third. Charlier to fourth. Josh Holtgraver off the pace in car 00. Josh Holtgraver headed to the pits in car 00. Charlier now squeezes to the outside of Pager, trying to take over third. And Pager spins the car at turn 4. Up the racetrack, it's hit. Caution is going. Green is out. These are crowded up in front. Curry still your leader. Charlier to second. Shep is third. Then it's Hank and Mark Moach Jr. now in the 5th spot. $14 laps to go. 14 to go. Brian Hank trying the inside of Scott Shep for third. J. Darrell Dow off the pace in turn 3. Darrell Dow off the pace on the inside of the racetrack in turn 3, and he will get into the pits. The green stays out. Tommy Schoenhofer, meantime, is working his way back up through the field in car number 8. He's up to 6th. Almost halfway. 9 laps to go. Darrell Charlier trying to close in on Dennis Curry. Brian Hank third, Mark Moach Jr. fourth, and Tommy Schoenhofer now up to 5th after spinning on the first lap. Cars being lapped on the back chute. Caution is out. Got debris on the front straightaway, we're told. Green is out. Brian Hank gets to second, now challenging for the lead over in turn 2. Ian Charlier dives under Hank into turn 3. He's back into second. Curry leads. Tommy Schoenhofer is 4th now. Mark Moach Jr. is 5th. And problems here for Rocky Kugel in the 7 car. Headed for the pits again is Kugel. Charlier nipping at the heels of Curry off of turn 4. 7 laps to go. 7 to go. Charlier again charging into 3 and 4, but it's still Curry in the fast lane with 5 laps to go. Charlier trying to double up on the night. He's done that before. This time he dives in deeper. Curry still able to win the battle coming off. Zero, Darren Ferguson pitting. 3 laps from the checkered flag. And Jamie Beck has spun out in car 92. Car 92 has spun out on the back straightaway to bring out the caution with 3 laps to go. Green is out. Charlier slides in low, but it's Curry. Charlier got across the racetrack. Dennis still leading. Now he's got a huge lead down the back chute. Two laps to go, 2 to go. Curry's last win here probably came in the auction barn late model, and that was many moons ago. One lap remaining. Reckless epic movie, 5-star tire, West Mifflin collision 8. Dennis Curry subbing for his son Dusty will take the checkered flag over Daryl Charlier, Brian Hang, Tommy Schoenhofer, Mark Moats, Eisminger, Schemp, Peger, Glemba, Holtgraver, Hoffman, Stefanik, and the rest of the field.
I don't really want to be driving anymore. He broke his arm in a bad spot right on the elbow, and they took the cast off Thursday, but it's just so he didn't lose movement in his wrist. But it'll be really another 3-4 weeks before he's healed up. So we're trying to get the car dialed in for him next year. We just got a new Rorick 602 crate motor. Last week was the first night we ran it, and it took a little adjustment, but it really runs. It's a great class.
Yeah, and you had to weather a lot of restarts.
Yeah, every time you turned around there was one, and to be honest, we used the carburetor from our other motor, and it's a little big for this crate, and we were flooding it out on the restarts. So we were trying to keep it rolling, but we're going to get a new carburetor for next week, and hopefully it'll be a little crisper.
People you want to thank?
5-star tire, Endless Epic. It's my buddy. They're making a movie about demolition derbies. It'll be out next spring. Dusty, Dusty, this is for him. I mean, he works hard on his car. He was just starting to get the hang of it when he broke his arm. My buddy Wayne does all the wrenching and lets us keep the car at his house. And other than that, it's just good to be here again.
All right, Dennis Curry, your winner in the Brockers Machine Shop Crate Late Models. With the last couple of features gone, that might be the best move to make. The green is out. Good start for Hanley. .380 Pat Hanley out to an early lead, and a good one at that on the back straightaway. Tim Fulmer second, Nick Kachuba the 10 to the inside of Fulmer as they race into 3. Kachuba sliding into the second spot. Fulmer is third. Bobby Schwartzmiller and Eric Petrowski race for 4th. Your leader to 380. Auto Auction, JMK Concretes, Kerr Road Supply, Chevy, Pat Hanley. Kachuba second. They have separated themselves. Fulmer still third, then Schwartzmiller, Petrowski, Catellus, Schneider. Good racing for about 3rd through 15th. They are 2 wide and 3 wide, but out in front. Pat Hanley over Nick Kachuba. Fulmer 3rd, Schwartzmiller 4th, Catellus now in the 64 trying to break into 5th. The race for 5th continues. Chris Schneider, Craig Catellus trying to pass the 28 of Bob Schwartzmiller for 4th now is Schneider. Will make that pass into turn 3. Chris Schneider now to 3rd in the 55. He's got a lot of ground to make up. It's Pat Hanley and Nick Kachuba headed to turn number 3. He's just now coming out of that 2nd turn. Eight laps remaining. Schneider may be making up a bit of ground, but the laps are winding down as we come to the halfway point. He has really left the 4th, 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th cars behind as he tries to run down the 2nd place car of Nick Kachuba, who's trying to stay in striking distance of race leader Pat Hanley. Hanley picked up his first career feature win at Lernerville Speedway earlier this year. He's never won here. Kachuba with a problem in the 10 car. Your 2nd place car slowed for a moment over there in turn 2. He's still not up to speed. He got a flat tire, it looks like. The way the car is acting, maybe the right rear is flat. That's what it looks like. The right rear tire is flat on car 10. Craig Catellus in the 64 into 3rd. Schwartzmiller the 28. We got a spin over in turn 4. 88. Matt Frazier spins around to bring out the caution. That'll be a break for Nick Kachuba. He'll be able to duck into the pits and try to get that tire changed. Matt Frazier in the 88, the reason for the caution. Green is out. Pat Hanley has been your leader from the start. Craig Catellus now to the outside, moving to 2nd ahead of Chris Schneider. Wayne Carbo is 4th. And Bill Robertson and Bob Schwartzmiller are side by side for 5th. Sean Thorne in the 12 in turn 2 with a problem, trying to get back up to speed down the back straightaway. There's several spots. Chris Schneider sliding up in front of Craig Catellus for 2nd. Wayne Carbo dives to the inside, trying to take 3rd away from Catellus as they head into 1. Just 4 laps to go. It's still Hanley, but Schneider is now 2nd, Carbo 3rd, Catellus 4th, Bill Robertson 5th, a car into the wall. 17 of McManus. He's still going. The caution is out. We've got a car spun, the 88 of Matt Frazier. From Monroeville. Brings the field to life. Schneider slides up in there. Wayne the train. Camo Carbo to the outside of Schneider in the battle for second. Now down the back straightaway. Catsella's fourth. Bill Robertson, Bob Schwartzmiller, and Jake Simmons. Racing for the fifth spot. Carbo now to second around Schneider. Oh, spin again. Sean Thorne in turn two, trying to do a 360 and keep it going. Yes, he does. Green is still out. Pat Hanley in front. 2 laps to go. Schwartzmiller and Simmons now racing for 6th. Robertson has 5th. This is it. The final lap coming up. Pat Hanley, Wayne Carbo, Chris Schneider, Craig Catellus into 1 and 2. Hanley in the middle of the racetrack. Still in front and comfortably so by about 4 car lengths down the back chute over Carbo and Schneider. Into 3 and 4 they come. He has been in front from the start. They're trying to make a last lap charge, but Pat Hanley is going to win it over Carbo, Schneider, Catellus, Robertson, Simmons, Schwartzmiller, Kachuba with a late charge, Betts and Petrowski. Pat, congratulations. This has been your breakout year. You got your first one at Lernerville, and now you get one here.
Yeah, it's fantastic. I've been trying here for a couple years now. Ran last year second 3 times in a row. So finally got it done.
This is a whole different deal than Lernerville. So does it take quite an adjustment as a driver?
It's definitely faster. I like it. It's fast.
Were you aware of Chris and Wayne and all those guys behind?
On the restart, yeah, I seen the scoreboard, and I said, I figured he'd be back here.
People you want to thank?
Oh, Chris Schneider, 380 auction. My girlfriend, Lynn, and my brother. All right. I can't think of the rest of them right now.
Catch the breath. Couple of big weeks coming up. A lot of money on the line the next couple of weeks. I'm sure you'd like to be back.
Oh, definitely. I'll be back.
Good luck. Congratulations. Your winner, Pat Hanley, folks. Green is out. Brian Hutchko charges into the lead with Davey Lee second. Jason Herniak in the 97 third. Jeff Broniszewski trying to win a 3-car race for 4th down the back chute. Hutchko leads. White second, Herniak, Broniszewski, and Ed Weiser is 5th. Then it's Goldberg and Opachin. Jason Herniak challenging Brian Hutchko for second as Davey Lee now with a big lead. Herniak to second. Hutchko, the early race leader, has dropped back to third now. And the singing sensation, Davey Lee, out in front. Even though he doesn't have a full-time ride this year, he's won 3 races and one of them in this car. Jeff Broniszewski ducks under Brian Hutchko, and he will exit turn 4 into third spot. Oh, that Weiser to 2. We ain't got a part of the wall up in turn 2. Goldberg 714 starting to move up through the field now in fourth. Just a lap and a half to go. One more time. Davey Lee looking for his 4th win of the year, which would tie Eric Goldberg for most wins in the division this season. Though again, he's run here just on a part-time basis in the amateur stocks, filling in for Darren Ferguson and now Tony White for the second time. Broniszewski got the wall off of turn 2 in the 21. He's still third. Checkered flag waving for the singing sensation, Davey Lee. Jason Herniak getting close to that first win is second. Broniszewski third, then the Goldberg 714 and J.J. Opachin fifth. Tony White 76. How a nice hand, folks, for Davey Lee, your winner. Pizza Hut night, man. You always. How many pizzas have you had this year?
I didn't get to eat one of them. My wife got every one of them, so I don't know.
Poor thing, you.
I forgot what pizza even tastes like, and she gets a hold of this.
This is your. I think you had 2 wins in the 54. Now the 2 wins in the 76.
Yeah,
the best hired gun in Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah, this car ran good to M. Scheidel. Used to drive this car, so it was always a good car. And that 54 with a Bill Robertson motor, it runs real good. And I don't know, this old track, I love it. You know, I love to go faster and faster on this thing.
So you're looking for a ride, or you're like in the one ads looking for a job?
Yeah, I'm always begging on the internet, and anybody sees me on there knows I'm begging. If anybody has an old car sitting around or something sitting around, know someone need a driver, tell them let Davey try it, see what he can do with it.
All right, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Davey Lee, your winner, folks, in the Flint's Iron Auto Amateur Stocks. Thank you for coming out. We'll be back here on Saturday next week, our regular night, 7 o'clock. Take your time going home. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Saturday.